Hi, my name is Human. I'm a software developer from Shopless, and in this video, I want to explain what's innovative about our user interface. So in order to explain this, I'm gonna show you a few examples. We're gonna start with eBay, which is the second marketplace which was made. The first e-commerce website was Amazon. So we have two types of users in these type of e-commerce platform, buyers and seller. Um, and as a buyer, so imagine the scenario that I'm a buyer and I want to buy an HP laptop. One option is to use this search box and just search for what I want to buy. And the other option is to use this menu that they have built. So I want to buy an HP laptop. I use electronics and go to computer and tablets, narrow down the result, and I can further use these subcategories on the left. So this is how we use the menu to narrow down the search result, narrow down the products which are displayed to us. Now, if I go back to the home page, now imagine I'm a seller and I want to sell something. I want to sell my HP laptop. Now, this is consistent in all e-commerce websites. The very first step that you want to do when selling something is to choose the category, because that category will determine what type of form they should open for us. For example, if I'm selling a car, they would show me a form which has make, model. If I'm selling my house, it should has details about the house, for example, number of bedroom, number of bathroom. So this is the nature of the problem. The very first step that we want to do when selling something is to choose the category of that item. So here I want to sell my laptop. I have to choose sell. Now eBay is gonna give me an option. Here, if I type HP laptop, they're gonna give me some suggestion to use the category. If I'm not happy with the suggestions, what I can do is I say browse categories. Now, as you can see, it's the same menu. As a buyer or as a seller, their categories is consistent. It's not going to change. It's just the fact that the way the menu is presented to us while buying or selling has changed, but the content of the menu is the same. So I need to choose a category for what I'm selling. And then they're going to present me with the form that I need to fill. And I've seen many e-commerce websites. They are all the same. If, for example, Gumtree, if you are buying something, you use this menu to narrow down the search. But if you are selling something, the very first step is to choose a category. And for choosing a category, I don't want community. Again, the same menu is presented to me differently. And the third example is Trade Me. If I want to buy something, I go to browse and use this menu to choose a category. If I want to sell something, I need to go here. I'm selling a general item. I want to choose a category, which again, the same menu is presented two times in two different ways. And there is nothing wrong with this. I'm not criticizing any of these platforms. They're all great. What I don't like personally about this is the fact that the same menu is presented in two different ways. There is a very fundamental principle in software development which is called DRY, don't repeat yourself. And this is applicable to, I think, any other field. And what I don't like about presenting the menu in two different ways is that we are violating the DRY principle. And as a user, I'm getting used to this menu, which is used for browsing or for buying. But what I want to do is enable the buyer and seller to choose their category using the same menu. But the problem and the reason all other platforms are showing this menu in two different forms is that when we are buying, this menu behaves differently. It narrows down the search, but when I'm selling, this menu acts differently, which is opening a form. So that's why all other marketplace platforms are presenting the menu in two different ways. So what I wanted to do was to avoid this scenario and always use this menu that user has got used to, whether we are buying or selling. And it may look quite natural and simple, but trust me, I spent probably weeks thinking how to build this menu consistently. And finally, we came up with this idea that by introducing this mode, we can use the same menu always consistently. So because the user is choosing the same menu, we don't need to present the menu in two different ways. What we need to do is to change the behavior of this menu. So if I click on any of these items, it's gonna narrow down the search result. But if I'm in post ad mode and I use the same menu, the menu behaves differently and opens a form for me. So this introduction of this mode is what's innovative about Shopless user interface, and I've seen many e-commerce websites. I've never seen something like this. The other aspect of Shopless, which is slightly different from other e-commerce websites, is that our homepage is very clean. We actually copied this design from Google's homepage, which when you go to Google homepage, there is a search box, nothing else, because that's all we need. And we like the minimalist design of Google, and we decided that we want exactly the same thing. We don't want to add anything unnecessary to our homepage. So that's why whether we are in browse or post ad mode, we have not added anything else to our homepage, just the search box, and that's all you need. And yes, thank you for watching my video.